Hello again from my bright and sunny front porch. Wow, that sun is intense today. That's good. Warms things up, makes the grass look really nice and green. I like green grass. Much better than white front snow yard. I tell you, it's been a little while since I did one of these. And I have, the only reason is because I've been so insanely busy between work stuff and parent stuff and just life stuff. But it's been crazy. I was actually in Washington D.C. Much of last week and part of the week before. We were doing some training programs at my company that I was there to oversee, but also the ATD International Conference and Expo is going on. You'll recall that every year I'm at that and doing presentations. At least since 2016, I have spoke almost every year about structured on the job training, that my book, Learning While Working, is about. Which is not a surprise because ATD was the publisher of the book and it's their conference. Last year, I did not have opportunity to speak there, but I did speak about the skills gap report for which I was on the group that put that together for ATD last year. And so spoke on that instead. This year, I again did not get a speaking opportunity, but as I said, I already had some obligations work-wise, and I was afraid I wasn't going to be able to be there anyway. However, they did let me sign up to do an author book signing, and so I was able to pop in and do that. And ATD, in its decision-making generosity, decided that being there for an author book signing qualified me as a speaker at the event, and so officially I was still listed again this year as a speaker at the ATD International Conference and Expo, and given all the perks and privileges therein. The reason I mention that is because I also, every year when I go to the ATD conference, it's a bit like a professional family reunion. My broader at-large training and development family from literally around the world. And so for many years now, I take selfies with my friends and acquaintances, and each year, of course, I add in a few new friends and acquaintances into the mix too. But I take these selfies and I post them mostly to Twitter, X now, and I call them my ATD reunion selfies. And so I did those again this year. But I've been so busy, I have not been able to even post those to Twitter yet. So I'm way behind the curve. Normally, I'm doing them right at the time that I'm there doing stuff. But I was really honestly only at the conference for one day. And it was a full day of lots of stuff. I just didn't have the chance to do that. I attended the ATD Awards banquet event the night before because I helped review the awards and select the award winners, and so I attended that. That was fun, and obviously earlier in the weekend I had stopped in to just register to pick up my badge and stuff for the event, so I'd have that taken care of, and I ran into some folks then too. So across the 3 days, I was able to snag a whole bunch of the ATD reunion selfies. Unfortunately, because of my more limited involvement, I did not get to interact with everybody that I normally would have been able to interact with, but that's okay. It's the way family reunions go. Sometimes the family members you want to see, you don't get to see, and sometimes the ones that you do see are the ones you go, really? No, I'm kidding on that last part. No, I mean, at least about the ATD conference. Family, that's... But seriously, I got to do those, and so I'm gonna do. I don't know that I've done this in the past here on the front porch where I've talked about these ATD reunion selfies. I don't know that I have actually then inserted them here, and so I'm gonna give you a little montage of the ATD reunion selfies. I'm not gonna worry about naming them and all that stuff. You're just gonna see a bunch of faces. Just know every single one of these people is important to me. And so I'm sharing them with you. Here you go. All right, yay! ATD reunion selfies 2025. Nicely done. And at least now they're. It's ironic that they're going to be on Facebook in the course of this video and on YouTube and stuff. And there will be a link to this YouTube video on Twitter, on X, on the Hello From My Front Porch Twitter page, all before the images actually are getting posted where they normally would on Twitter, X, whatever. But there you go. You got the inside scoop. You got first dibs. Congratulations. So I was doing that, and then I came home back home, and I've been working for a few days. One of those days, day and a half of that, I was helping with stuff in Carroll, taking care of things with my mom, who is now moved full time into the facility where she was at, that you saw in the episode that I talked to my parents, where she was at for skilled care. Her insurance company opted to not renew that further, and so it was not safe. It was deemed not safe for her to go back home. Even she didn't think that she was ready to go back home. So the only option available that would be covered by their Medicare and Medicaid was if she checked in as a resident. And so she's checked in as a resident, and she'll still have then access to all of the services that she was getting before that are helping her to try to regain some of her mobility, if that can even be done. And so we're kind of going to test it for 3 months, see how that goes. And at the end of the 3 months, we'll reevaluate. If her mobility has improved, well, then maybe she'll check out and go back home. If it is not improved, well, then we'll have a different conversation, and it's possible that she will be a more long-term guest of the facility. But she's okay. She's her usual upbeat self, happy spirits, and she's making friends as she always does. She has a roommate now, and she's bonded already well with her roommate. She's enjoying the food, and she's really excited that this coming Friday an Elvis impersonator is going to show up, and she loves Elvis. So she's excited that she's still going to be there for that. And so I'm excited she's still going to be there for that too. Oh, but then the fun doesn't stop there. Excuse me, I got a little tickle for some reason, apparently being out here in the, oh, thank you. The sun went behind the cloud. I'm just realizing, so I'm not getting half baked, which is good because I was already half baked. So if the other half gets baked, I'll just be baked, and then I'll probably get arrested because you can't do that in Iowa. But seriously, Friday night there was a concert that I got invited to go to at the Iowa Cubs baseball stadium. A good friend of mine was celebrating her birthday, and I got to go along to help with that. It was bands. I'm probably not going to get these all right. Let's see. One was the Pork Tornadoes. One was Damon Dotson. And one was the Punching Pandas. That's it. I just listed them in reverse order of how they appeared. If you're familiar with any or all of those bands, then you know there's good stuff. I honestly had never, I'd heard of, well, I guess I'd heard of all of them. Damon Dotson I'd not heard near as much about, but I had heard of him. All three of them I had not heard before. But I enjoyed all of them. It was good music. Well, anyway, so then I did that, and then Saturday I spent a good chunk of the day actually getting ready. I got another trip coming up, well, that's not entirely true. I spent a chunk of the day down at the Celebration here in Des Moines, the Asian festival. And checking in with my, in fact, here, I got another photo montage, some photos I took checking in on the Filipino village and the Filipinos who are helping as part of the event. Of course, always near and dear to my heart. Primarily, it's the folks from the Filipino American Association of Iowa, FAI, doing a lot of it, but there were also some FAS folks there, Filipino American Society of Iowa, and so it was great to get to run into so many wonderful, familiar Filipino faces. And so here we go. Here's much shorter, little quick montage of those photos. All right, yay, Filipinos, woo! But then I was home and trying to work on rounding stuff up. Had to finish some laundry and things like that for my packing. But then I have a friend who keeps inviting me to come out and join her little posse out at Denny Arthur's, which is it's billed as an over 30 dance club. Way back when I worked at Principal back in the early 2000s, I had a coworker there that used to call it the Geriatric Dance Club. I would have been in my late 30s, early, almost 40 when we were having that conversation. And so now I suppose it applies to me even more so. But so I felt like I could go. And so I broke down and went and had a good time. I danced some, actually spent more time chatting with this whole group of really wonderful folks. Oh, well, I say folks is all ladies, because that's how I roll. But no, seriously, they were all fantastic and a lot of fun. They invited me to come back and join them. They say they're about there every weekend, and they invited me to come back every weekend and join them. I don't know that I'll be quite that diligent, but I will go back. They're a fun group, and it was a fun time. And so we'll be watching for more of that. Today I'm doing this. Also went and visited some grave sites. It's Memorial Day weekend, and while Memorial Day is about recognizing service members, in a broader sense, it gets used to remember just deceased loved ones, those who have passed, and certainly with every passing year, our family, our broader extended family, has sadly more and more individuals who join that roster. And so got a chance to do some of that today as well. Whew. Now tomorrow is the last day of the 3-day Memorial Day weekend, and I am basically going to be back to work because I'm getting on a plane and flying to Fort Lauderdale for work for the coming week ahead. And so since I'll be flying for work, it's basically, a travel day for work. So I don't really get the benefit of the full 3-day weekend, but still it's been good to be able to do the stuff that I've been able to get done this weekend. It's been busy, it's been chaotic, it's been crazy, but a good way. All right, well, I was just in the house here realizing that I hadn't really done much in terms of putting these videos together, and I wanted to do at least one from the ATD conference. I also, since I was in DC from the week before that and over the weekend, I wanted to do 1 or 2 from DC, and there were other circumstances that conspired against that. Some stuff related to my mom, also my leg and back pain with the sciatica stuff kind of coming in and going out and coming in and going out. That sort of limited my interest in wanting to be out walking around monuments and stuff. So regardless, that none of that happened as I had hoped, and so it's been a drought. It's been a bit of a gap since the last one of these. And excuse me, dry throat again. I should have brought one of my named Diet Cokes out here. But that's it. That's all I got for you, folks. Not the most dramatic, but thanks for tuning in. And hopefully the next one will have a little more pizzazz. And I'll see y'all next time from my front porch.